Okay, I'm back. Hopefully everybody gets back. I so apologize. I fixed the issue that I knew was plaguing it the last time. So give it a little bit of time, let people cycle back through. Um, oh, I can. I didn't realize that. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna wait, make sure people get in before I go any further. Again, very big apologies. I want to. Uh, throw a lot of just humble apologies and pray that you all be nice and forgive me. Please. So if it's lagging on your guys' end, I apologize. But I'm kind of watching or checking socials, making sure it's back online everywhere. So hey Clay, what's up? How are you? Alright, Fubuki, I see you're back. Which makes me feel good there. I think. So, sorry Claire, I'm a little all over, well, more all over the place than normal, but checking stream stuff to make sure it's all working again. So, because I was having major issues first time through. Our soul are eternally linked. Fubuki, are you here live? You are. Okay. Sorry, my OBS or my Streamlabs chat wasn't. I could see you're chatting on YouTube, but Streamlabs didn't want to update with me. So, okay. Whew. We're back. 1,000,000% apologies. Did not expect that to happen. I completely forgot about checking the frame rate today. So, that is 1,000% my fault. So, really, for me, it almost signifies how my day was. So, but we're here. We're back. We're going to take a deep breath in. And we're going to take a deep breath out. Take another deep breath in. And then we're going to take another deep breath out. Okay, I'm centered. Hopefully you guys are too. If you missed it, if you're still here, thank God, I love you dearly for sticking with me this long. But what we are doing today, I'm actually going to kind of make me a scoot. Whoops. I'm going to make me this. Oh my gosh, really? Can't just... There we go. Will make me a tad bit smaller. You swear I was a professional or something. And what we're going to do is take the free personality test. You may have heard this as the 16 personalities test. You can see it in the top left. This is just a test that really takes a deep dive at your personality. I want you to be honest. You're going to learn about your personality type. and see where it influences your life. I'm not doing a premium profile. Just beware, because I don't want to pay for anything. But here we go. So, but we're gonna walk through this Fubuki. I know you said you were 55% done before, so we're just gonna do it. Make sure there's no lag. Okay. Music is still going. Should be good. Or like I said, if music gets too much, too loud, too anything, let me know. I'll fix it. Okay. You regularly make new friends. I mean, if it wasn't for my job, I wouldn't, because I don't do much or go anywhere. I mean, that's partly due to the pandemic, partly due to a lot of other things. So, regularly, you have yours finished now? Cool. You regularly make new friends. I'm going to put it here, because I really don't. But streaming now has kind of given me the ability to make new friends. So, it's not like 100% no, but it's like a really no. Spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Random topics? Not really. Well, I guess I can't say not all the time, but more times than not, I feel like my brain will think of something and I'll just... Who needs friends when you have Minecraft? Amen. No, because I actually raged at Minecraft today, and that's a funny and dumb story I'll talk about later on. You spend a lot of your free time exploring... Not really. So, no. Seeing other people cry can easily make... Let me start from the top. Random topics is a bit weird of phrasing. Yes, because there are topics that I'll dive into randomly because I have interest in them, but I don't spend a lot of free time. It's usually like one of those like in the moment type topics, like, oh yes, let me dive right into that. But no, I mean, that's why I went with what I did, and I'm going with my gut. I'm trying not to second guess it all that much. So if you catch me second guessing myself, call me out on it. I need it. You guys are my accountability. Okay. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Yes. Yes, I am a sucker for a sob story, and I am a sucker for crying. I could cry about anything. I am very emotionally unstable, and yes, that's just yes. You have to make a backup plan for the backup plan. Define make. Like, do I have a plan A, B, and C, like, written out in place, ready if I need it? Or will I have thought about it? Well, which I guess thinking about it is technically making one. Not all the time, but yes. I kind of naturally lack empathy for an actual human being. Nah, don't worry. Nah. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Calm externally, chaotic internally. Like, if I'm under pressure, like, I'll be okay 9 times out of 10. But, well, like I said, externally, internally, it's like SpongeBob brain on fire type mentality. So I guess it's a 50-50. Because, like, there's times I know I've remained calm under pressure. But there's times, too, where it's like, even in those moments, like, I feel myself losing control. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to call that 50-50. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yes, new people scare me. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. I prefer it, yes. Can I ever do it? No. I 100% prefer it. I am so taking, like, very gracious grace into, like, finishing projects. But do I ever really start? There's so many of this. I have to go here-ish because, well, hi Alexis, welcome. I meant to text you that I was streaming and I completely forgot because my stream blew up. So I guess with that mindset, if I prefer to completely finish one, which is 100% accurate, do I completely agree, even though actuality I don't? I'm going to leave that one up to you, because that's where it kind of gets this moral gray area. So, chat, tell me what you think. Because, yes, I 100% prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. I just never do it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've been better at that lately, but I rarely do it. So, Chad, I'm leaving that up to you to help me decide. Because I really don't know. Oh, damn. Is my chat lagging, or if you guys are just that quiet tonight? Which I could... Oh. You didn't tell me I muted it. Alright, so if I missed your answer, I apologize. Yeah, I'm going here. If I see other answers, I can double back. You are very sentimental. Yes. Yes. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Schedules in the loosest sense. Like, I'll have a plan for my day, but it's not regimented. Like, I won't have like 10 o'clock this, 12 o'clock this, 13 o'clock this. It'll be like, I'll do this, and then when I'm done with that, I'll do this, and then when I'm done with that, I'll do this. And that's where I get confused, and I'm going to say, well, yes, because lists are how I make my, lists are really how I make my work to-do lists. Thank God for the sticky notes app on Microsoft. That I'll tell you what. Okay. Even a small mistake can doubt you. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities. Knowledge, yes. I suffer from imposter syndrome, and one slight little mistake, case in point tonight, is like, yep, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Yes. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation? No. Nope. 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 No, because I have this really big urge to make sure somebody likes me, and the fear of rejection that I have really removes that ability from happening. So no, you're not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Not too interested. No, I mean, there's some things I'll tend to stay away from in a conversation, but no, I actually kind of like talking about interpretations. I like psychology, philosophy, all that kind of stuff. So no, and that's definitely there. There are some things I do stay away from when talking to general public, the hot button topics especially. But when I talk to people about those hot button things that I know are at least relatively knowledgeable in that area, then yes, that's what I do. You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart. As much as I really don't want to admit it, yes, not always. I'm definitely going here because I overthink things way too much. So So yes, I think with my head far more than I really want to. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like in any given moment instead of planning a particularly daily routine. It depends on the circumstance. Like if I'm at work, no, it's not. It's no, there's routine. Um, no, I'm going here. You rarely, you rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. I mean, that's 1,000% it. Like, it may not be it at during in the moment, but afterwards, I always am like, I hope I wasn't too much of an idiot. You enjoy participating in group activities? Neutral. Like I give or take. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending? No. I'm gonna go here. I do. I don't, because I'm always one that's like, I need answers. I need answers now. Is my chat working? Fabuki, are you still there? Alexis, hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? You guys are just awfully quiet tonight. Not used to it. So, I mean, I'm one that likes straightforwardness. So when a story kind of has this nice little Disney-esque happy ending, then it's like, oh yeah, cool. Something that makes me think about it. I mean, it's fun and all, but it's not my preference. You're here. Okay, just making sure. You guys, my chat is awfully quiet tonight, and I'm not sure why. Your happiness comes from more creative works. Makes more sense in books and movies because it's less clunky and includes more things. Yes, fully agree. 100% agree, Fabuki. Thank you. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. Ooh, yes. Yes. Not always, because I'm trying to get better at celebrating the little things with me, but yes. It definitely has been like that. I will minimize my own accomplishments, but encourage others to celebrate theirs. And yes, just yes. You're interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Also, yes. I've ran into that issue of... Hello? Phone, you're not watching my stream, so shut up. I run into that issue where it's like there's something I want to do, but there's too many creative mediums to do something in. So I get this analysis paralysis. I can't really do much. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. I'm gonna go here with it. Yes, I am a worst case scenario type thinker, but it's not always the fact that the worst case scenario is taking a turn for the worse. No, because it just feels like at the end of the day it's an overthinking problem, not a thinking traumatic things will happen. So, no, leave it. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. No, but not always. No, I would put it here. Like, I'm not one that'll prepare for the worst and hope for the best, I guess. Exactly. That's how my mentality actually is. Well, it was, and then it turned to, like, really well, yeah. I guess that. Yeah. You're definitely not an artistic type of person. See, this is where I always get confused. Or this is where I always get caught up, because I don't feel like I'm artistic in the typical sense. But when you look at creation from an overall perspective, I do feel like I'm creative, but I'm not artistic. So no. So yeah, so I agree with this. I'm going to go here. You would think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. I'm going to say this because I've learned it. Somebody taught me, and I can't remember if it was like a psych video on YouTube or somebody else taught me that you keep focus on what thoughts are rational, and you throw out the irrational ones immediately. Focusing on the irrational will cause you to act out emotionally. Focusing on the rational can let you use some critical thinking muscles and dive into it, which is really, really true. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax? No, I'm a procrastinator. I mean, yes and no. Yeah, neutral. I mean, it's yes and no. There are days where jokes on you, Tess, I don't have emotions. Fair enough. I mean, I say this as I'm staring at my laundry that needs to be put away. So it's 50-50. You enjoy watching people argue? No, that is the most uncomfortable thing for me. I think it's partly because I'm very empathetic. Like, listening to two other people argue. Oh, I guess I don't know if it's part of being an empath, but it's also, I'm just a room reader. So if like somebody is arguing, hey Isaac, what's up? Mine, I got everybody here from all platforms. Welcome, guys. I'm one that, like, if two people are arguing in a room and then I walk in after they're done, I will feel like the vibe is just off. And I'm not okay with that, because then I click into problem solving mode and it's like I'm hunting down what happened, how to solve it, all that kind of stuff to get rid of this vibe. So, yes. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself? Yes. I tend to avoid it. So times I'm forced into it? Well, I am a content creator, so like I said, I have trouble with them. No, too nosy for my own good. So, I mean, that's part of it too. I mean, I'm nosy at the same time, but I'll talk. There's a situation I could actually talk about that with. We were getting ready to have a guest preacher at our church, and the guest preacher and I connected on Monday to talk about some of the details and some of the formatting too. And he was coming in on Monday to kind of relay all that information. He came in during staff meeting, and I thought he communicated with our pastor, who was like, this is what I'm doing when you're gone, and instead didn't. And the amount of just uncomfortableness that was in the room as they went back and forth with each other was just not okay. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself? Yeah. I mean, I don't intentionally do it, so I'm gonna do it here because I'm sure my mood can change very quickly. Yeah. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you? Okay. Chad, I'm throwing this to you. I'm going to explain a situation that has happened frequently, and you can kind of help me decide where this goes on the barometer. There are people that I interact with for different things that have said, I'm going to have this to you by X date, and don't multiple times. But yet the roles get reversed, and I'm on it like flies on crap. So, and there is a sense of I'll forget it. Yes and no. I mean, it's really neutral. Like, it's frustrating with me. Hello, Fire. Ooh, let me make sure I'm reading it right. Fireburns X08. Sorry, the light glare kind of blended your letters together. So, hey, thank you for the follow, Fireburns X08. Thank you. Welcome to the community. So it's like I'm both. What was I? I'm both too much of a people pleaser to call out when people don't work as fast as I want them to, but I'm also internally frustrated when people don't work as fast as I want them to. So it's definitely like a 50-50. You end up doing things at the last possible moment. No, definitely not always. I'm trying to get better at that. especially work stuff. Work stuff, I was always good about doing stuff last minute. I'm gonna put me as a here because it's still not always the case. No, yeah, I'm gonna go there because I mean, for a great example is online videos for you guys are scheduled now until September 21st, and I got 8 more parts that are coming that'll get us through the first part of October. So, but there are other projects that I haven't acted on really because I can, because some stuff is outside of my control. But yeah, I unreasonably expect people to be at my level or better, and I hate it, and it gets me so frustrated when I'm trying. Yes, I'm that same way. I'm 1,000% that same way. I remember there was a time in middle school because I was gifted in math that I became a tutor for my pre-algebra class, and I realize it now that it was not the best way of teaching, but it worked. Was I would walk them through like a problem step by step and kind of do it in essence, like do it for them, but enough to show them the work, how it was done. Where now I'm very much like, especially working at a church, a lot of elderly, a lot of tech people, a lot of tech problems. I set them down with their device and say, "This is how you do it." And I slowly walk them through it. My patience has grown 1,000% from that, but there is a part of me that's like, how do you not understand this? But I get that. I do, Fubuki. You've always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Yes and no. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely neutral. I've wondered it, but I've also accepted death. Like, it's one of those things that's going to happen to me sometime in the future, and when it happens, it happens. Being Christian, I have full faith that I will meet Jesus and be by his side up in heaven. But the more I've learned about kind of what the heavenly realm is and what it can mean, I'm both fascinated but also accepting. So that's why I'm like, I really feel like I'm in this mutual middle spot. And that's an interesting question. If I know Fubuki you already did this, but if anybody's reading and has like their own take on some of these prompts, like put it in the chat. Let's have a discussion. I love this kind of stuff. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Not always. Not always. Yes, I usually love to be by myself, but there's times when it gets really bad and my thoughts are just uncontrollable that I don't want to be by myself. And usually if I'm bored enough, I don't want to be by myself. So you become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Whew, highly theoretical. I guess it depends on how many degrees it gets separated from. I mean, if we're what ifing a what if, yes, that's by the 3rd degree I'm done. But I don't lose interest. I do become bored. I'm gonna go this one. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. Yes. It's not always easy because if any of my youth are there, well, anybody really that would know me by now. If we've ever had to talk about a problem, and I do find it difficult to empathize with you, I'm usually pretty good about asking, like, what does this mean? What does that mean? So to gain that understanding. So even if I don't get it right away, the plan to get to that point is also very easy. So I guess I'll go here. Yeah, that makes sense. Anybody who knows me by now in the chat can question me. Usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. It depends. I mean, this is so situational. Yes. Yes, but these are, like I said, it's situational. Like, we're talking about kind of the, like, at church right now, we're talking about kind of like the future of Sunday school. And one of the options on the table is to cut it. And I can't get myself to do it, so it's not that I'm postponing it, but I'm postponing it, but yet there's trying to decide the fall calendar. It's being postponed outside of my own control, so it's, but I, yes. You really second guess the choices you have made. What a perfect, caveat to the last question. No, I very much second guess the choices I make. After a long, exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. No. 1,000% no. After a long, exhausting week, leave me alone. Let me play my Switch. Like Fabuki said, who needs friends when you have Minecraft? And just leave me alone. I'm crawling into my fort and no girls rolling loud. Sorry, Alexis. But you enjoy going to art museums. Yeah. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No, not always. I often have a hard time understanding. I can understand the feeling. I have a hard time understanding the foundation of the feeling. I don't think I've made a friend in years. No, dude, I've been out of college. The biggest friends I've made are kids between the ages of 5 and 18. So I feel that. I mean, I can understand feelings pretty well, but I have a hard time understanding foundation feelings sometimes. So I'm gonna go here. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Yeah. Not always. You rarely feel insecure. You avoid making phone calls. Insecurity. No, I can't say that. My confidence is getting slightly better, so I'm gonna bump that up. That is 100% true. I did that more for the joke. You avoid making phone calls with every fiber of my being. I hate phone calls. I hate the sound of my voice. I don't know how y'all put up with my voice for these past 19 months, but whew. You have to spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Only if I need to. Like, there's things that have come into my life that's like I have a hard time understanding others' feelings, so I come off as an insensitive jerk when I try not to be. Yeah, I mean, I think because feelings can be so subjective, like you and I can experience anger so much, can experience anger very differently. It's hard to kind of come off of it, because how you would respond to being angry, how I would respond to being angry can be two different things, but yet we're experiencing the same feeling. Understand views. I mean, yes. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time. So, yes, to a little degree. In a social circle, you are the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. No. I mean, I don't do much. I don't go anywhere. No, they invite me and they get me to do stuff, especially if it's people I don't know. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back as soon as possible. Back in tracks. Yeah. You were still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Yes, but I'm slowly trying to be one that is giving myself the grace that, yep, I made them, move on. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Not as, I mean, I did contemplate it a lot growing up because, like I said, I was way into psychology, philosophy, sociology, all that kind of stuff. I don't as much anymore, but really the people who I have those conversations with, I don't talk to all that much anymore, so I don't get to have those conversations with. So, I do bit there. Your emotions control you more than you can control them. Yes, but it's getting better. You take great care not to make people look bad even when it's completely their fault. Yes, but that's getting better. And I would even pull it down to here. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy rather than organized and consistent efforts. No. There's days where it happens that way, but no. I'll say it's definitely no. It's definitely there. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it'll take them to feel disappointed in you. Yes. 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 There's often times where I feel like I have to keep putting on a front for people because I can't let them see like my imperfections. And if they see my imperfections, therefore I disappoint them. So yes, you would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. No, no, no. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? Heck no. I definitely believe like embracing some tough questions, um, some tough philosophical questions. You know, who is God? What is life? All that kind of stuff is a great like just critical thinking, learning who I am type questions, and it's a really kind of nice exercise sometimes. You feel drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places? Nah, no, not always. Um, there are times when I could be like, yeah, I can get lost in a cityscape, but there's also times where it's neutral. Like, really, I don't know. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. My gut is right, and more times than it's not. You often feel overwhelmed. Yes. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. No, actually, that is not true. There's a lot of times where I do things, I think about, I'll do step one, I'll think about step two, think I did step two, and then move straight to step three. So it's not always, it's definitely like there, but yeah. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Nope. Don't need that kind of vibage in my life. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Yes. I'm not going to say always. Yeah, I would say always. Yes, no, I would let people go do whatever they want if it makes them happy, regardless of how I feel. I struggle with deadlines? No. 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 I'm not going to say always, but no. Feel confident that things will work out for you? Kind of rarely. It's getting better. No, actually, no. That's not true. That's not true. I'm getting confidence. I'm getting there. I'm going to put it here. Did I finish it? I am the defender in ISFJ. I'm 78% introverted, which is how we interact with our environments. Fubuki, you can let me know what yours are. I am 57% observant, which just shows where we direct our mental energy. This trait, I'm 67% feeling, which determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. I'm 71% judging, which reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. And I am 83% turbulent, which means it shows that this trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our ability to make decisions. Yeah, my confidence is definitely shaken. Start reading. No. The defender personality type is quite unique, as many of their qualities defy the definitions of their individual traits. We got the architect. Which one's the architect? I gotta go see. How do I look it up? I want to see. What's the letters for the architect? I forgot. I should have checked. Introverted 89%, intuitive 52, thinking 68, judging 61, turbulent 32. Oh wow. Okay. So we were almost the same except for the third one. We were pretty I mean, we matched categories wise. So interesting. Though sensitive, defenders have excellent analytical abilities. Though reserved, they have well-developed people skills and robust social relationships. Eh, eh, meh. INTJ. Oh, we were pretty much the same except for that one letter. That's cool. Defenders are often receptive to change and new ideas. Yes, but no. Like, am I receptive to change? Yes. Am I receptive to new ideas? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I've just kind of dealt with a recent situation, and it's like, yes, but it was more of a case of like my ideas weren't being heard, so I'm being stubborn. But yes. As with so many things, people with the defender personality type are more than the sum of their parts, and it is the way they use these strengths that defines who they are. Defenders are true altruists, meaning kindness with kindness and excess, engaging in the work and people they believe in with enthusiasm and generosity. There's hardly a better type to make up such a large proportion of the population, nearly 13%. Combining the best of tradition and the desire to do good, defenders are found in lines of work with a sense of history behind them, such as medicine, academics, and charitable work. That's me. Defenders' personalities, especially turbulent ones, which was me, right? Yes. Whoops, missed it. Are often meticulous to the point of perfection. They procrastinate. Ouch! I did not need to be called out that hard. Yes. They can always be relied on to get the job done on time. Defenders take their responsibilities personally, consistently going above and beyond, doing everything they can to exceed the expectations and delight others at work and at home. Yes. Boy, they really didn't need to call me out like that. We must be seen to be believed. The challenge for defenders is ensuring that what they do is noticed. Yes. They have a tendency to underplay their accomplishments, yes. While their kindness is often respected, more cynical and selfish people are likely to take advantage of defenders' dedication and humbleness by pushing work onto them and then taking the credit. Defenders need to know when to say no and stand up for themselves if they are to maintain confidence and enthusiasm. I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, that hit the nail on the head. 2 sentences now, back to back. Or not back to back, but 2 sentences. Naturally social, an odd quality for introverts, defenders usually utilize excellent memories, not to retain data and trivia, but to remember people, details about their lives. I think my memory is crap, but I think that's due to other circumstances. When it comes to gift giving, defenders have no equal, using their imagination and natural sensitivity to express their generosity in ways that touch the hearts of their recipients. Yes. Well, this is true of their coworkers, whom people with a defender personality type often consider their personal friends. It is in family that their expressions of affection fully bloom. Yes, and I've just been going through that because with the pandemic and all that, we've cycled through new office staff, which makes this 26-year-old the oldest office staff, or the longest tenured office staff there, including the pastor, which is weird. But yes, I can't get over how much of a family we are. If I can protect you, I will. Defenders' personalities are a wonderful group, rarely sitting idle while a worthy cause remains unfinished. Defenders' ability to connect with others on an intimate level is unrivaled among introverts, and the joy they experience in using those connections to maintain a supportive, happy family is a gift for everyone involved. They may never be truly comfortable in the spotlight and may feel guilty taking due credit for team efforts. But if they can ensure that their efforts are recognized, defenders are likely to feel a level of satisfaction in what they do, and many other personality types can only dream of. Who am I? I'm like Beyonce. I'm not a single lady, but you guys can put a ring on it. No, I can't say that. You guys are kids. That was dumb. I take it back. I got Queen Elizabeth II, Aretha Franklin, Vin Diesel, family, Halle Berry, Kate Middleton, my cousin, possibly, Anne Hathaway, Lance Reddick. Who is Lance Reddick? Somebody want to look that up for me? Who's Lance Reddick? I feel like I should know that name, but I don't. I got Selena Gomez, Caitlin Stark from Game of Thrones, Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings, Watson from Sherlock Holmes, Captain America, Triss Marigold. Oh, from The Witcher. Okay, I've heard that name. Will Turner. I'm Pam from The Office. Vito Corleone. I'm The Godfather. Brie Vandekamp from Desperate Housewives. I recognize that face. Never watched Desperate Housewives, but I recognize that face. What are my strengths and weaknesses? This is fun. I love going through stuff like this. Strengths. Supportive. Defenders are universal helpers, sharing their knowledge, experience, time, and energy with anyone who needs it. And all the more so with friends and family. People with this personality type strive for win-win situations, choosing empathy over judgment whenever possible. Reliable and patient. Rather than offering sporadic, excited rushes that leave things half finished, defenders are meticulous and careful, taking a steady approach and bending with the needs of the situation just enough to accomplish their end goals. Defenders not only ensure that things are done to the highest standards, but they often go well and beyond what is required. Yeah, but I don't also see, meticulousness with the patience, but I don't kind of see how patience falls in line with that, but I can go with it. Imaginative, and observant. Defenders are very imaginative and use this quality as an accessory to empathy, observing others' emotional states and seeing things from their perspective. With their feet firmly planted on the ground, it is a very practical imagination, though they do find things quite fascinating and inspiring. Yeah. Enthusiastic. When the goal is right, defenders take all the support, reliability, and imagination and apply it to something that they believe will make a difference in people's lives. Yes. Whether fighting poverty with a global initiative or simply making a customer's day. Yes. Loyal and hardworking. Yep. Good practical skills. Yep. Defenders' personality form an emotional attachment to the ideas and organizations they've dedicated themselves to. If mundane routine tasks are what need to be done. Yep. Weaknesses. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm gonna get called out. Anybody look up who the Sam Decker is? Humble and shy, the meek shall inherit the earth. Oh, don't you quote scripture at me. But it's a long road if they receive no recognition at all. This is possibly Defender's biggest challenge, as they are so concerned with others' feelings that they refuse to make their thoughts known, or to take any duly earned credit for their contributions. Defenders' standards for themselves are also so high, knowing that they could have done some minor aspect of a task better, they often downplay their successes entirely. Yes, that is 1,000% me. I don't consider that humble and shy, but I also, I guess, view it negatively. But yes, that is me. I can't tell you how much I keep quiet because they don't need my 2 cents. Because, yeah, I've cut my 2 cents to myself more times than I care to admit for that reason. 1,000%. They take things too personally. Okay, now listen. Defenders have trouble separating personal and impersonal situations. Any situation is still an interaction between two people, after all, and any negativity from conflict or criticism can carry over from their professional to their personal lives and back again. Yes, kind of follows what I was saying earlier today. I was playing Minecraft because me and my sister have a world we've been doing, and I was trying to make a redstone garbage can because we have a lot of junk. And I learned how to do it. I set it up once. I did it. I'm like, okay, I can replicate it. I did it. It took me an hour. And I burned in lava 4 times. I let lava burn it 4 times. I had to make 4 redstone comparators, which isn't that bad because I had the resources. And then at like the hour mark, I lost my mind and died in lava. And that was the end of it. So, did I take that too personally? Yes, because I took that rage and rolled it over to a work thing and wasn't right. Repress their feelings. People with the defender personality type are private and very sensitive, internalizing their feelings a great deal. Yes. Mentioned that way, defenders protect others' feelings. They must protect their own in this lack of healthy emotional expression. Yes. They overload themselves. Yes. Their strong senses of duty and perfectionism combined with this aversion to emotional conflict to create a situation where it's far too easy for defenders to overload themselves or be overloaded by others as they struggle silently. Yes. Reluctant to change. Situations sometimes need to reach a breaking point before defenders are persuaded. Yeah. Too altruistic. This is all compounded and reinforced by defenders' otherwise wonderful quality of altruism, being such warm, good-natured people. Defenders are willing to let things slide to believe that things will get better soon. Yeah. Yep. Let's see career paths. See if I am in line with what I'm supposed to be doing. In many ways, defenders are the backbone of the modern workforce, altruistic and well-rounded. No other personality type is so well suited to be of service to others. It is no surprise that many defenders are not good at supporting their coworkers and customers in HR and support positions. They genuinely enjoy it, as it gives them a chance to calm frustration, see things through to a practical solution, and to be thanked, appreciated, and closed. Yep. Humble and earnest. Oh, that's what it was. Defenders are skilled at remembering things about others, which makes them not only valuable assistants, but well-liked colleagues. People with the defender personality type can always be counted on to remember a birthday, graduation, or... I mean, yes, but no. Like, my memory is so terrible because my short-term has been destroyed by the level of stress I go through. So, I mean, yes, but no. Add to these amiable qualities defenders' meticulousness, hard work, and dedication, and it's no surprise that their careers often progress smoothly with few ups and downs that accompany more high-flying tapes. However, the defenders are unlikely to seek out managerial positions, yes, and unlikely to brag about their accomplishments, yes. Prefer to be rewarded by seeing firsthand the positive impact of their efforts and will remain enthusiastic simply knowing what they do is genuinely appreciated by the people they care for, yes. I can't tell you how many times my analytic brain wants, likes to see the tangible results, something that I can look at in youth group and like, yep, there's that. And then obviously it boils down to a numbers game. And really, they've been pushing ministry like, no, it's not a numbers game. It is, but it's not. But yeah, this makes some natural counselors, tech support, and interior designers. That was not what I was expecting to see. Where they're able to help others one-on-one without having to worry about corporate politics. I'm down for that. And yes, because I will tell people, and I'll say it, and I mean it till I'm blue in the face, that I love working my job. I love working with youth and kids. I love working in a church setting. You remove the church politics, you remove the church business side of it, I'm 1,000% golden. Respecting tradition and security, defenders have no problem with the idea of moving along in a structured hierarchy. While they may not always seek out these managerial positions, they fit them well. Well tuned to others' emotions, practicality. Yep. Where defenders struggle is in generating new ideas and grasping abstract concepts. Feels like academic research and corporate strategy are too intangible and too impersonal to utilize their strengths. Similar challenges arise in more typical careers where they are forced through by defenders' employers. Live pleasantly and do good. Sorry, there's a bug in here. Strong, well-developed institutions alongside like-minded friends are attractive workplaces for people with the defender personality type. In career as nurses, elementary school teachers, and social and religious workers. Woohoo! I'm where I'm supposed to be, y'all. Are attractive options. Sometimes the desire to help is enough. It's not uncommon to find defenders volunteering in the community as shelters, food bank, as schools. Yes. Yep. Conclusion. We'll wrap this up and we'll go do something else. Few personality types are as practical and as dedicated as defenders. Known for their reliability and altruism, defenders are good at creating and maintaining a secure and stable environment for themselves and their loved ones. Defenders' dedication is invaluable in many areas, including their own personal growth. Yet, defenders can be easily tripped up in areas where their kindness and practical approach are more of a liability than an asset. Whether it is finding or keeping a partner, learning to relax or improvise, reaching dazzling heights on the career ladder, or managing their workload, defenders need to put in a conscious effort to develop their weaker traits and additional skills. What you have read so far is just an introduction into the complex concept that is the defender personality type. You have finally muttered to yourself, wow, this is so accurate, it's a little creepy. Yes. This is not a trick you felt under, so we've studied the defenders. I think this is premium profile stuff, yeah. So, I'm just going to skim through. So, because I'm curious about workplace habits as well. Subordinates, humble dedication, respected for their patience and commitment. No, oftentimes I've been called an idiot for my patience. Or I've not been called an idiot, that was a joke. Defenders really only seek the satisfaction knowing that whomever the help feels a heartfelt thanks. Yes. I do have this thing for affirmations. Yeah. Humbleness can hold them back, unwilling to advertise, fear of creating often for the fear of creating unnecessary friction, which makes it too easy for them to be overlooked when opportunity. Defenders are incredibly loyal. Yep. Contrasts, colleagues, close knit. Yep. Defenders are natural networkers. Managers. Yep. Okay. We'll flip back to me for a split sec. Okay. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun for me. Hopefully it was fun for you. But that was fun for me. Hopefully you guys got to know a little bit more about me at the same time. I do have some others. We're going to do kind of definitely at like a less deep dive look at life. And I have a quiz in front of me now, and I'll switch in a second. What biblical character are you? So, and I've it was funny to me that this was brought up, or that I found this one. That was fun. Cool. See, again, the affirmation thing. But it was weird. We just brought it up in staff because we do like a little devotional before we get into the business side of it. And also scary. Yeah, you guys probably know too much about me now. I'm a little afraid. We've been talking about Paul's letters, and my pastor was explaining kind of Paul's writing style. I'm like, wow, that's a lot like me. Just how the dictation would go, how calling real people characters is odd. Very true. Very true. Yeah, I never thought about that. That's true. But then again, if you believe that, we all live in a simulation mindset, I mean, technically the people we don't know are just NPCs, so. I'm kidding. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. I'm not a simulationist. I don't know what that means. I peel back. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to kind of go into a Bible, like, which biblical character am I? So the first question is, if you were on a deserted island and can only take one book of the Bible, would you grab Genesis, Joshua, Proverbs, Hebrews, or Revelation? If you don't know these stories, Genesis is the first book of the Bible. It talks about the creation narratives. You may have heard stories like Noah's flood, characters like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, slavery, creation, all that. I mean, you name it, Tower of Babel. But it's really centered around the beginning of kind of like Christianity, or the Christian lineage. Joshua was the first book of history in the Old Testament, and includes kind of like how the Israelites were moving into the Promised Land, learning kind of how to be a community. Proverbs is all wisdom. Hebrews is I'm trying to think of how to explain Hebrews. Hebrews is both wisdom and a letter to the Hebrew people about Christianity. And Revelation is this very apocalyptic, like this is where the end of the world, how the end of the world is going to happen. So I'm torn right now because we've been diving into Hebrews at church, so Hebrews is fresh. But I think Proverbs. I've had more interest in Proverbs than I did anything else. When I pray, I'm mostly asking the Holy Spirit to help me pray, engage in spiritual warfare for others, praying about major decisions, thanking God for His blessings, praying for prophetic insight. More times than not, I'm praying about major decisions. What would you do first to prepare for a battle? Assemble a team, make weapons, seek wise counsel, create a plan of attack, or study your opponent. Ooh, that's an interesting question. I guess I would seek wise counsel. No. If I'm thinking, okay, I'm going into battle, first thing would be plan of attack. Because I would say in that planning, I would study. So this would still come first. And in that plan, yeah, plan of attack. In a group or when you're on a team, you are mostly the one who brings problem-solving strategies, is the first to take action, provides counsel and encouragement, thinks big but believes the impossible, or makes sure everyone's ideas are heard. I'm the problem solver. What animal are you most like? Ooh, lion, tiger, owl, giraffe, or eagle? Where's penguin? Okay, Fubuki, this is you. What animal am I most like? A lion, a tiger, an owl, a giraffe, or an eagle? Because the only thing I'm really thinking of right now is giraffe because I'm tall. I am 6'2", but... I'll go giraffe, and Fubuki, if I see you pop in with anything, I'll go back. What color best describes your personality? Blue. I love blue. What's most important about to have in challenging situations? God's perpetual presence, a heart of worship, wisdom from above. I'm sorry, what? I was asking, what animal am I most like? Lion, tiger, owl, giraffe, or eagle? I couldn't pick one. The only reason I chose giraffe was because I'm tall. So, but I was leaving it to you to make the decision because you've gotten to know me over the past 4 weeks, 5 weeks now. I'm not going to be mad at whatever answer you pick. I'm not sure. Fine. I'll stick with giraffe. You come up with one, you let me know. What's most important to have in challenging situations? I mean, a wisdom from above and a word from the Lord can be two different things. Or it can be the same thing. Maybe giraffe or owl, probably. Alright. We'll stick with giraffe. Wisdom from above. Yeah, that's the one I'm locked on to. Wisdom is definitely always the thing for me. How would you best describe your spiritual personality? Servant leader, ready for battle against evil. Quiet storm, adventurous faith, none of the above. Spiritual personality? Quiet storm. Ooh, here we go. If you were a superhero, what would be your superpower? Controlling the elements, moving at the speed of light, Mind reading, overpowering strength, and foreseeing the future. Ooh. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Ooh, woo. Future. Relaxing day for me involves quiet time and rest, recreational activity, finishing a good book, trying something new, enjoying family and friends. Relaxing day, quiet time. Quiet time and rest. Walks with the wise. Daniel or Deborah? Interesting. Daniel the prophet or Deborah the judge? Your wisdom is needed and called upon regularly in your area of influence. You don't make rash decisions. Spend a lot of time thinking before you speak. You understand the power of words and the position of influence that you're in. You don't take the position God has placed you in. You don't take likely? Is that supposed to be lightly? The position God has placed you in, and are careful to deflect the glory and praise His way instead of taking it for yourself. Yes and no. I'm getting better at that. Because it always feels weird to give glory to God for something that I did, but I've also learned to kind of big picture it and like, nope, God gifted me these gifts or gifted me these abilities, so this is His. So interesting. Not who I thought I was going to be, but I do have more. Never fail. This one interested me when I was researching it. And it's similar to the Myers-Briggs one, but I don't know. This feels like if you look at like old churches, and old meaning like historically old churches, and like their ability to dive into the interwebs, this looks like that style of website. And I can say that for a reason, because my parents' church's website looks like this, or looked like this, because I haven't seen it in a while. So I don't know. I'm curious at the same time. You have 2 columns below with personality characteristics for you to review. Hopefully you will be able to truthfully select the column with personality characteristics that apply to you. You can also imagine yourself in someone else's shoes. Make the selections as your evaluation of the other person. This is especially helpful when someone is deceptive or refuses to be tested. Okay. So column A, tolerates noises and crowds, talks more than listens, communicates with enthusiasm, can be distracted easily, meet new people readily, blurt things out, parties recharge, hates to do nothing. Okay. Column B, avoids crowds, listens more than talks, keeps enthusiasm to myself, concentrates well, proceeds cautiously, thinks carefully. So here we go. First row, I tend to avoid crowds, but I also talk more than I listen. Fully admit. I'll keep enthusiasm to myself. I can't be distracted easily, so this is not going well. I'll proceed cautiously. I will definitely anymore. I feel like I think more carefully. I think time alone, yes. I mean, this is kind of both. I don't like to be on the go, so this one. So B, column B. Okay, again, select between the 2 columns of characteristics and the ones that best describes you. Alright, let's just do this. Learn new things by imitation and observation through general concepts. I teach by imitation and observation, but I think I learn things through general concepts. Focus on actual experience, focus on possibilities. Specific and literal by giving detailed descriptions, general and figurative, this one. Value solid, recognizable methods to achieve goals in a step-by-step. Different or unusual. I mean, where's option C? I think I do value. It's so hard to trust. This is the mindset I'm going with. It's so hard to trust kind of other people's methodologies that this is the one that I kind of go with. Go with what works. Methodical. Value realism and common sense. Value imagination and innovation. This one. Likes predictable racial. Yes. I'll often rely on hunt. It's A. Everything's column A. 2 more pages to go. Oh my gosh. Have truth as an objective. Have harmony as a goal. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I want truth. So yeah, decides what more with my head and my heart. My head. A. Questions others' findings because they might be wrong. Hey, is this live? You bet your sweet bippy it's live past the French. Welcome. I promise, this is not in your imagination. I am real. I am real, man. Oh, how you going? I'm going good. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the Just Chatting side of my channel, because I think this is the first Just Chatting stream I've done. So, welcome. We're doing a Bible personality test. Hey, good man. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. Glad you stopped by. Well, and also thank you for the follow, past the French. You are awesome. So yeah, we're doing a Bible, kind of Bible personality test. So this is weird and this is interesting. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I'm just going through what this test is right now is I have to look at both columns and decide which one is more aligned with me. So this is page 3, so I already did 2. And Christ, you're awesome. That I agree with. But I did a Bible character test. If you get my vibe, I get your vibe. I just did a Bible character test, like what character from the Bible you are. I got Daniel and Deborah. Which is weird, because I never would have kind of pictured those two being linked under the same, like, general category. But, you know, what can you say? Right. Have truth decides more with my head? Yeah. Question others' findings because I might be wrong. Agree with others' findings because... I mean, I do think people need to be heard more than I would be questioning, but I would have to hear them first. So we'll go B. So it's 2-1. Notice ineffective reasoning. Notice when people need support. That's kind of a weird duality. I'll go when people need support. Choose truthfulness over tactfulness. Yes, I want truth. I want honesty. Deal with people compassionately. Yes. So what am I, like 3 and 3, I think. Expect the world to run on logic. Yes. I mean, I do, but I do also expect the world to recognize individual differences, but logic, I think, can get to that point. Notes the pros and cons of each options. Note how... Oh, I mean, yeah, they're both... I mean, pros and cons are what can show the value. So, that one. Feelings valid if logical. Any feeling is... No, feelings valid if logical. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. People experience a feeling for the reason because they feel like it's very... Yeah, no, that's not true. Sees other flaws like to please others. Yep. Tolerates the occasional questions as to my emotional state. You gotta be careful if you get your sense of identity from things like this. It can limit God-given ability to do things. I know firsthand I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Believing everything you hear about yourself when it's not from God can make you go crazy in a second. Insecure and depressed, always anxious, never being comfortable with your answers. Let me touch on that in a minute, because I do want to go into detail about this, but I want to give that topic its own kind of like segment. So give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna go back to that because I have stories that go with that. So give me like 2 seconds. Truth. So this one. Sorry, I was helping someone else on Discord. You're good, Fubuki. Truthfulness, compassionate. So 3 and 3. 4, 5, 4, 5, B. I'm going to go quiet because I kind of want to rush through this to touch on Pastor French's point. So if I go quiet too much, I apologize. For my life to be decisive, adapt, decisive. And what I'm getting at, yes. Keep things open. Starting things. This one. This one. This one. This one. Okay. Hey, isn't that what I got? Fubuki, isn't that what I got when I did the 16 personalities? ISFJ? Oh no. I was an INFJ. Because that's where we differed. Interesting. So, Fubuki, if you missed it, Pastor French on Twitch discussion. He made a comment, which I want to leave this off, Pastor French. I want to leave this off with, like, I'm not calling you out. I'm not going to criticize it. I want to give the foundation for it before I go into it. But Pastor French made the comment, you got to be careful, though, if you get your sense of identity from things like this, it can limit God-given ability to do things. I know this firsthand. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and believing everything you hear about yourself when it's not from God can make you really go crazy and insane, insecure and depressed, always anxious, never being comfortable in your own shoes. So I wanted to relay that to make sure, because I know we're all on different platforms right now, so I'm just wanting to kind of level the playing field. Yes, I want to fully acknowledge, Pastor French, that you are really right. I'm not doing these as a way of just seeking my own identity. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this for kind of some laughs, kind of some jokes, but intrigue all at the same time. And I say that too because, or the reason I really want to dive into that is I recently had that revelation. I really did. I recently had that revelation about a couple months ago. Growing up, when I was verbally bullied in high school, any label that was given my direction or any label that was thrown at me, I thought the healthier mindset was to accept it and move on. So like, hey, you're stupid. Hey, I guess I am stupid. And you know, if I accept it, it can't bother me. And if it can't bother me, they can't make fun of me for it. It's mindset. I was in therapy a couple months ago, and we were talking about that, and we kind of dissected the point of, like, I've heard too many voices from too many different people that I lost track of who I was, because I was accepting what all these other people were calling me. And as one who has been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, I know what that's like. And just within the last few months, I've been really, 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 really trying hard to kind of tear down those labels from others and learn the labels that God gives me. You can actually see it right here. I have a poster that's right next to me. Not done intentionally, so I'll call it by the Spirit. That is I am. And there's like 26, I think, different titles on this poster that God calls me. Just to name the first 4. I am alive with Christ. I am free from the law of sin and death. I am far from oppression, and fear does not come near me. I am born of God, and the evil one does not touch me. You need that. I've been trying to find a new one because this one's a little damaged, and I've had this for like 5-6 years. I cannot find it. But and I'm actually, because I also write a blog, I actually am in the middle of a series. I think I only got one part left of writing kind of in-depthness about this, because I don't know if you can really see it, but each title comes with scripture, so I can find the foundation for it. And but it is important to learn the fact that you are not the titles that somebody else gives you. I mean, like this. I'm an ISFJ. Like, I know that. It's important, though, to kind of realize, kind of call out why you are what you are. And you definitely need to do that through God. And God has been working overtime with me the last couple weeks. We've been trying to tear off this mindset of perfectionism. We've been trying to tear off this mindset of a saving mentality. And you can go further. You're not even your sin or your good works were the righteousness of God in Christ. We can't boast before God. Agreed. And I think for me, where it's always kind of boiled down to is the thing I guess I should say it this way. No, the thing I'm getting more comfortable accepting is that even as messed up as I feel, and even as messed up as I am, that there's a God in the universe that still loves me for me, regardless of it all. And to be able to, I'm going to start crying, but to be able to tear away all of those labels that I was called and understand that I am all this and more is so overwhelming in the best way possible. And I fully agree with you. You know, we can go further. We're not our sin. We're not our good works. We just talk about it. I just heard that conversation about you are not your good works, but I can't remember. Yeah, it makes me glad. I'm not myself, but I am. Exactly. And I don't want to get into the conversation because I'm just not qualified to talk about it. I mean, I know a lot about the Bible. I've been teaching about the Bible for almost 8 years now. But when it comes to for you row oh my gosh, row 74737, hey, welcome to the stream. For you, the finish of the world, it is imminent. I'm so sorry, I'm French. You're good. So you can, let me make sure I'm understanding you, just to be sure. For you, the finish of the world is imminent. So are you saying for Christianity that we're getting close to the end of the world, or the day of the Lord, as Revelation will put it? I just want to make sure. I'm not saying that as making assumptions. I'm asking for clarification sense. I'd agree with that. Of the resurrection. So Jesus would be coming back. Right. I just want to I'm really just wanting to make sure. I know you're French. I know you speak French, and I know it might be hard to do a differing translation. But like I said, I'm really just wanting, because this can be a very touchy subject for people. I want to make sure that I'm walking on glass, but I'm walking on it very safely. So I just kind of want to make sure you're talking about like the end days, the Lord's coming back, or is it a case like you believe in Christianity and that Jesus died and rose back to life 3 days later? I really just, like I said, row. I just want to really make sure I'm understanding you, because I don't want to misinterpret what you're saying. So that's why. And if I'm looking over here because my chat's over here, so I'm not like, trying to look away from you guys. That's where my chat is. I'm actually, now that we're in this spot in the stream, I'm going to move it over here so I can look at you. Because we'll probably take this from here on to the end. You actually also stream Passive French? Awesome. What do you stream? Did your first stream today? Hey. Golf claps around. Congrats. Just chatting? No. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for the follow, row. Or row. Is it okay if I... LOL, I have no mic. So it was pretty scuffed. Hey, it's your first stream and you did it, which is what matters more. And when we had to move to an online ministry, my church did, I always prayed. It got away from me, but I always pray that the videos go out to whomever God needs them to go out to. So I know for a fact that your stream went out to whoever it needed to go out to, and it still will because you can do it on replay. So, but just congratulate yourself, celebrate the small thing of just, you did it. You did your first one, and that's awesome. So, but yes, thank you for the follow, Ro. I'm just going to call you Ro, if that's okay. Of course. So, and Ro, I hope I'm not, like I said, I'm really wanting to make sure that I'm not offending you. I'm not misinterpreting you. I'm not assuming anything. I really want to make sure I'm understanding you. Just trying to preach for the love of God. Amen, brother. Amen. Because that's awesome. If you actually, because I'm a youth and children's director at a United Methodist Church. If you go, I think I have it working out properly. If you go to the links in my Twitch bio, you can go see us on Facebook, YouTube. I do lessons a couple times a week. We do these streams every Friday, and yeah, just I'm here to share the word myself. But yeah, when it comes to like, let me start that from the top. I have a plan to want to do a lesson series on the Day of the Lord. Are they first? Okay, my apologies. You are the first to speak of this. Oh. Do you... I don't want to make an assumption. I'm trying to understand. Do you not know what Christianity is? Is this your first time hearing about it? Because really, before I go any further and talk about like very highly topical Christian topics, I want to make sure that, you know, we're all under a very similar foundation. So I really just want to make sure you are the first of this spec. I am the first of this to speak on it. Later, Pastor French. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Come back every Friday, 8 o'clock. I play games other days. Sorry if I'm breathing into the mic. Would it be easier, Ro, if I was asking? I don't speak French, but I can do a quick Google Translate. Hopefully that's not bro, goodbye. You're sleepy. You're good. I appreciate you stopping by. If I'm understanding correctly, I feel so bad. I'm sorry. But if you're sleepy, yeah, go to bed. Take care of yourself. Don't worry about me. You can watch the VOD. It's up all week. It's 4? Oh, yeah, it would be like 4 a.m. in France, wouldn't it? 6-hour difference? 7-hour difference in France? Because I'm Eastern Standard. So. And I think UK is 6 hours. So, yeah, go to bed. Go to bed. It is 4th MP. What is MP? Or are you saying it's 4 p.m.? Like 4 in the afternoon. PM. Okay. So it's actually just 4 in the afternoon. Okay. I'm with you now. Sorry. I'm with you now. Well, I guess then in Fubuki, if you're listening to, I don't know where you're kind of where you are as far as Christianity is concerned, but Ro and Fubuki, do you guys have any questions about Christianity? I can do my best to answer them. I mean, like I said, I'm not all knowledge. I don't know a whole lot, or I don't know like a lot, but I know a fair amount. I'm not an expert, but I'm just knowledgeable. At least I feel knowledgeable. So, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. At least do what I can to answer them. I posed my questions. No, I don't need a response. Wait, did you ask a question? I'm sorry if I overlooked it. If I overlooked it, I am so sorry. I did not mean to. Of the resurrection. Okay. So you, I'm so sorry. I think I am not Catholic. I am a Methodist. United Methodist, if that makes a difference. You're an evangelist. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So not knowing a lot about evangelism, what is your Protestant? Yep. I think we both fall under the Protestant category. If I remember how that works. So what does it mean to be an evangelist? Or to practice evangelism, I should say. That's okay. You're completely fine. You're completely fine. So, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. You know, it's the thing that happens. You know, I'm unfortunate. I don't speak French. At least not good enough to carry on a conversation. I could do a Google Translate, but that would be as best as I can go, and I feel like that's also very insensitive. So I'm so sorry. I mean, I appreciate you being here. I do appreciate you coming. I do appreciate you. I love that you stopped in. I thank you for the follow. It's amazing that even just now really sitting back and thinking about it, like I can connect with somebody in France to talk about Jesus, which is freaking fantastic. So what I'm going to do actually, and if this helps, and if it's insensitive, you can tell me to stop. No, it's normal. Yeah, yep, it's normal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to put a question into Google Translate, and I'm going to do my best to enunciate it, but I'm going to have it translated to French. So forgive me if the enunciations are wrong, but because I don't speak French, but I'm going to try. I'll start with a simple one just to be safe. Oh, you can hear it. Never mind. I don't have to pronounce it. Because you should be able to hear it. I'm going to pause the music. Fabuki, come join in for your French lesson today. No, because this is cool. This is really cool. So, if you can hear this, which you should, I'm going to turn it up actually just a little.
Crois-tu en Dieu?
I want to make sure I can hear it too. I don't have my headphones on.
Crois-tu en Dieu?
Crois-tu en Dieu? How'd I do? Crois-tu en Dieu? How'd I do? Yes, in practice. Yes, in practice. Okay, we'll try it again.
Que pratiquez-vous?
Que pratiquez-vous?
Que pratiquez-vous?
Que pratiquez-vous? What do you practice? Oh, okay, right. You're an evangelist. Okay, gotcha.
Je suis méthodiste.
Je suis méthodiste. Je suis méthodiste. Oh gosh. Sorry.
J'ai grandi dans l'église méthodiste.
J'ai grandi dans l'église méthodiste.
J'ai grandi dans l'église méthodiste.
I hope you're hearing this too, but I'm also trying to pronunciate it.
J'ai grandi dans l'église méthodiste. Tu parles de catholicisme.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
Le méthodisme est une religion protestante.
Le méthodisme est une religion protestante.
Le méthodisme est une religion protestante. Avez-vous une question sur la résurrection?
Avez-vous une question sur la résurrection? This is great. This is really cool. I'm giddy. This is so new. I so don't know what I'm doing. I'm so questioning everything to make sure I'm doing this right. So I really want to make sure I'm doing this right. This is great. So avez-vous une question sur la résurrection? Okay. I'm copying and pasting. So you can type in front, which because I'm copying and pasting your answer into Google Translate for me. Oh. Um.
Je ne sais pas. La Bible dit que nous ne pouvons pas savoir.
Je ne sais pas.
La Bible dit que seul Jésus sait.
La Bible dit que seul Jésus sait. Je ne sais pas. La Bible
La Bible dit que seul Jésus sait.
La Bible dit que seul Jésus sait.
C'est difficile à dire.
C'est difficile à dire.
Le livre de l'Apocalypse le décrit.
Les livres de l'Apocalypse les décrit.
La fin des temps est vraie.
Le fin des temps est vrai.
Je ne crois pas que nous soyons proches.
Je ne crois pas que nous soyons proches. I don't believe we're close. Good question.
N'aie pas peur.
N'aie pas peur.
La vaccination n'est pas liée à la fin des temps.
La vaccination n'est pas liée à la fin des temps.
La vaccination n'est pas liée à la fin des temps.
Je vois un prix.
Je vous en prie.
Je vous en prie.
Il n'y a pas de puce.
Il n'y a pas de puce.
Il n'y a pas de puce.
Il n'y a pas de
Il n'y a
puce.
pas de puce. C'était une théorie du complot.
C'était
C'était une théorie du complot.
une théorie du complot.
Le vaccin est sûr.
Le vaccin est sûr.
C'est bien d'avoir peur.
C'est bien d'avoir peur.
C'est bien d'avoir peur.
C'est bien
d'avoir peur.
C'est bien d'avoir peur.
Comment allez-vous?
Comment allez-vous? Ro, comment allez-vous?
Comment allez-vous?
Je vais bien.
Je vais bien.
Je vais bien. You understand English. Gotcha. Sorry. Has this been helpful for you? Not more. You don't want me to continue with this? Okay, I won't. I won't. So it didn't click with me that you do understand English. You have a hard time communicating in English. So that's 1,000% on me, and I am deeply sorry. Hopefully, I have not offended you by doing this. That was not my intention by any stretch of the imagination. A little what? you can communicate in English a little, or I offended you a little. Comprehension English is hard, is not very good. Okay. 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 So I'm gonna wrap up the stream because it is 10 o'clock and I'm at the end of my time. The traduction? Let me make sure if... What do you mean by the traduction? The translation is cool? It is cool? Okay. I was going to ask you if this was something to continue if you come back, because I'm more than happy to. I can make that accommodation, not a single problem at all. Because if this is a barrier that, we can accommodate, we will. That 1,000% I promise. I promise. So, but if there's something easier that can help you, feel free to message us through any of our socials that are down below in our bio. You can message us on Facebook, Instagram. I think YouTube has a messaging system. I think on YouTube you can find my email and type us a message. So, but whatever we can do, whatever I can do, I'm happy to do it. Yes, in your channel. Yep. Right at the bottom. Actually, you can see the names of them right here. Core Student Ministries on Facebook and YouTube, at Core Student, at Core_student_men. You can follow us on all platforms. And you can message us if you need to, whatever works. Don't be afraid to, if it's easier for you to communicate in French, do not hesitate to communicate in French. We were able to work with the translator today, and I'm more than happy to continue working with that in the future. Is it true of the apocalypse infinite time? Code. Okay, I think there may be a translation. A barcode? Is it true of the apocalypse in the end times? Oh, thank you. Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm understanding it. Isn't it true that we were going to have a barcode? No, I don't believe. I don't know. I can't really vouch for that, but everything I've understood up to now, no. In the end times, no. You'll see a lot of companies moving to at the end time of the Bible. I don't believe so, personally. You'll see a lot of like credit cards today that have a chip, but that I believe is more made with an ease of access, something that is easily used. You don't understand? Okay. So let me go back and I'll answer the questions a little simply. Let me make sure I answer them in the correct order. Hello, Atomic Ski. Ski? Yes. Sorry. You came pink for me and I couldn't tell. Welcome.
Pas de code barre.
Pas de code barre. Pas de pouce? Ooh,
Pas de puce.
pas de pouce. Pardon. You're happy right now? Well, what's got you so happy? Share it with the class. And apologies, or not apologies, but just to let you know, Ro, who's been commenting in the chat, is French. I don't speak French, but we are attempting to communicate through Google Translate, and it's worked relatively good. So just to let you know.
La puce dans le vaccin.
La puce dans le vaccin. Got a girlfriend, and I kissed her. Congrats, Atomic Ski. For MB. Forgive this 26-year-old boomer. What is MB? Because I really don't know. Like I said, forgive this 26-year-old boomer.
Je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas. I do not know, bro.
Dieu seul le sait.
Dieu seul le sait.
Nous devons garder la foi.
Nous devons garder la foi.
Nous devons garder la foi.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Merci.
Merci d'être ici.
Merci d'être ici. But yeah, Ski, Atomic Ski, what is her MB? Because I don't know. Like I said, I'm a boomer. I'm a 26-year-old boomer. I don't know things. So, you gotta explain it to this old man. I only stream on Fridays, Ro.
Je diffuse uniquement le vendredi.
Je diffuse uniquement le vendredi.
Je diffuse uniquement le vendredi.
Je diffuse uniquement le vendredi. Come back next Friday, bro.
Reviens vendredi prochain.
Reviens vendredi. I understand on a Friday. Okay. Cool. Yep. Come back next. The 20th. Where's a do you mean clock? Yeah.
20 août à 20h. 20 août à 20h.
Vaun onta vaunta? Am I saying that right? August 20th at 8 p.m. I don't know if that came across in the translation, but 8 p.m. Actually, I can do this. Let me do this. I don't know why I didn't do this from the start. Right. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Big preach. Have a good night, bro. No problem. You're welcome. Oh, bro, if you're still here, hang on. I got one more thing to tell you.
Envoyez-nous un message si vous avez une question.
Ro,
Envoyez-nous un message si vous avez une question.
don't forget, message us if you have any questions, okay? Envoyez-nous un message si vous avez une question. Don't forget to message us if you have any questions. Now, right now, I'm not saying any questions right now, like throughout the week until we come back on Friday. If you have any questions throughout the week, come back. But yep, we're sleepy. I'll end it. Goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Goodbye, all. Till next Friday, 8/20, August 20th, 8 p.m., right here, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Until then, I'm going to do it this way.
Reste béni.
Reste bene. Stay blessed, guys. Goodbye. Bye, guys. Goodbye. Whoop, whoop. No, I'm serious. Goodbye.